What's up guys, Mark back here with yet another Sony a6300 video, and on today's program I had another question on the channel about some of the functionality of the Sony a6300. So the question was, can you control the camera in video mode via the app? So what I've done is I've got the app set up on my phone, sitting here directly beside the Sony a6300, and I've got another camera here just off frame. We'll switch to that. It's the a6000, and what I'm doing is I'm trying to figure out exactly how the whole thing works. Now, there were a couple of specific questions. The first one being, can you tap to focus within the app and make the a6300 recompose focus? In video mode, that is not the case. I tried it out and it just did not work. You have two options, essentially, in the video mode. You have autofocus continuous, and then you have manual focus. In stills mode, you can in fact tap the screen and get it to refocus on something else, but that's not the case in video mode. I probably would have liked to have seen the app support, what is it called, direct manual focus or digital manual focus, so that you at least have some sort of hybrid control over the autofocusing systems inside the camera, but that didn't seem to be the case, so a little unfortunate there. But I will say that I'm going to move the camera here into frame just a little bit and drop it down so we can actually see the app going. But what we basically have got is a really nice viewfinder. You know, I was a little bit bummed that the a6300 didn't have a tilty screen, a fully articulating screen, and it only had the tilt screen. I was a little bummed about it, but now that I've started using the app on the phone, I usually carry my phone with me anyway, everywhere I go. So if I need to have a viewfinder, I do have one, at least so that I can compose my shots without having anyone else do it for me, or kind of do some other little trick that I usually do to make sure that my composition is correct. On occasion, as you might have seen just a second ago, you will get just a hair bit of stutter or whatever. I don't know if that's buffer or if that's just the signal kind of slowing down, or maybe it gets jammed up a bit. There's all kinds of things that could potentially be going on, but it's not really all that bad. I'm kind of digging it. And what it's doing right now is it's actually face tracking. As you can see, the square box is tracking my face the entire time. So that's really good. What I want to do here now, though, is I want to kind of get in on the phone itself. And I'm not going to be able to get in here really close. What I'm going to show you here, when you're not recording, you can change a few things. But you can, in fact, touch your shutter speed. You can change your shutter speed up or down. You can go all the way down to 1/4 or all the way up to 1/4000th. You can change your aperture. You can change the ISO on the camera, and it doesn't look like you can change the exposure compensation as well. Let's try that out. And then once you change it, it will actually go. Okay, so that's good. Like I said, you can definitely change your ISO. So, whoa, really bright there. So in video mode, I feel like that I've got enough with the app. A little bit of touch to focus would have been nice, I think, if you just kind of wanted to follow a subject around or whatever. It is a small limitation, I guess. I wouldn't say it's horribly bad, though. It's just not 100% functional for all of our wants, needs, and desires. But for the majority of the stuff that I do, which is basically stand here in front of a camera and just wanting to see how the composition's going, I think this is an excellent way to do it. Okay, so I've kind of reset up the scene, and I want to apologize for the audio. I'm just recording the audio directly onto the Sony a6000, and then it's got this little symbol here with a little hand with a finger out, and it says focus. So if I actually touch it, you can see that it'll focus in the background, focus in the foreground, focus in the background, focus in the foreground. And when you want to, release the shutter, it takes the shot, shows you what's in focus. It actually has sort of like the highlighting of the focus peaking, at least on the camera side. I think that'd be a nice little touch if they would do the same thing on the app, but you do have the focus reticle on whatever it is that you're wanting to focus on. And as you can see over here, it'll actually show you the focus peaking on whatever it is that you're trying to focus on. You can also zoom. Since I do have the zoom, the 18 to 105 G lens here on the a6300, it will allow you to do zooming function. So if you're wanting to do tight, slowly but surely it's doing it. Yeah, it is. There's just a little bit of lag, I guess, between the app and the actual camera. But it is, in fact, doing it. It won't let you actually just scroll. You have to kind of just hold this button. It is kind of a slow, painful process, I gotta admit. Anyway, it can be done, and you can still tap to focus. So I also wanted to show you guys just real quick what kind of setup that I'm probably going to be using this whole rig in. So I've got the Sony a6300 there with the 18 to 105 G lens, and then I've got the phone sitting inside the one half of the Beastgrip Pro, and then I've got the Rode Link Filmmaker Kit receiver directly on top of that. You're going to be seeing in the viewfinder what the camera sees. Almost every single one of us has a mobile phone in our pockets right this damn second. You know, the screen on the iPhone 6s Plus is fantastic. It's phenomenal. It's big enough that I can pull focus, I can see what I'm working with, and I can also see it in damn near real time via this ad hoc network that the camera creates. So guys, at the end of the day, what do I actually think? Well, I think that the beginning process of getting the phone actually connected to the camera is pretty clunky. It's not very well polished. It's got a lot of hiccups and burps and all that kind of stuff. It's just not that smooth of a process. But once you finally do get the phone connected to your camera, and you get used to the app, because it does have some quirks of its own, I do think that it's going to be extremely usable for a lot of people. I know that it's pretty functional for me, even at this very moment. There's been many times when I thought, well, maybe I should just go ahead and buy yet another field monitor so that I don't have to worry about being able to have a fully articulating screen. But that's just one more piece of gear that I've got to take wherever I go. I'm already always going to have my phone with me, so there's no point doing it when the stream of video from the camera to the phone is honestly, it's only maybe a second, if that, behind in lag. So it's virtually real time. The long and short of it is, I think I'm going to use it. I think that you guys will probably have a similar experience to me, but at any rate, I hope you guys found this video useful, and if you did, give me a thumbs up. That's the least you can do. I appreciate it, and it totally helps me out. Also, share the video on the internet with your friends and family, or whoever else you might think would appreciate the content, and don't forget to subscribe to the channel if you're not already, so that you know when I release more videos just like this one. At any rate, guys, thanks again for stopping here at the Photo Video Show. I'm your host, Mark Puckett, and I will see you guys again on the next one. Peace.